So on September 10th, 19 Russian drones penetrated European airspace. That's caused a huge amount of consternation. It's one of a number of incidents, in fact, in the past couple of years that have made us think a bit harder about how we defend our airspace against quite complex threats that are changing very quickly in Ukraine, particularly when it comes to drones.
Last night, numerous drones from Russia violated Polish airspace. Our air defenses were activated and successfully ensured the defense of NATO territory, as they are designed to do.
Drone wall we see as part of bigger project, which now is called Eastern Flank Watch. Really, we are facing clear challenges. Russia is testing the EU and NATO, and our response must be firm, united, and immediate.
Europe is now mobilizing, pooling resources and looking at this plan to build a so-called drone wall to defend European airspace. So that would involve perhaps drone interceptors to stop Russian drones getting in, a network of radars and other systems largely influenced by what the Ukrainians have done. And they've been under relentless assault from drones from Russia almost night after night.
Являются бронированные объекты и скопления пехоты, что позволяет их уничтожать. Анализ ведения современных вооруженных конфликтов показывает, что на сегодняшний день за одни сутки бригада может применить сотни FPV, используя рельеф местности. С учетом имеющихся данных, полученных от операторов,
the drone wall is, of course, in its early stages, but the Baltic states are very keen on this, so stretching down through the Baltics, Poland, Germany is also within range of a lot of these Russian drones, and it's about integrating all of your air defense assets to work together in tandem, from ground radars, fighter jets, cheap interceptor drones, missiles, the whole range of capabilities and electronic warfare to jam these drones, all working in tandem around the clock. It's quite a challenge.
Operację wdeszczości, nie narażając załogi. Czołg może operować w terenie zatrutym, skażonym i napromieniowanym.
Bitte begrüßen Sie nun Helsings Leiterin der Geschäftsführer Helsing Deutschland sowie der Grob Aircraft, Herrn Wolfgang Gammel.
Meine sehr geehrten Damen und Herren, es ist mir eine besondere Ehre, Ihnen heute...
So what would a drone wall look like from day one? So the important thing to think about there really is this drone wall is likely to be an evolving project. So that's one of the big lessons from Ukraine. The EU have said there might be something capable in a year's time. And actually, if you look at the conflict in Ukraine, you know, they've actually got some of the tightest layered air defenses, mostly for stopping drones, cruise missiles, ballistic missiles in the world. And that's a constantly evolving evolution between the attacking side and the defending side. So we'll be standing up different capabilities to try and defend European airspace with the drone wall. And that's going to change. So it's not going to be an announcement like we've now built the drone wall. It's going to be something that will take a number of years because a lot of capabilities that might be the cheapest options, they don't quite exist yet. The big challenge for the drone war is to shoot these drones down or take them down with electronic warfare in a cost-effective way. You just can't be firing hundreds or even thousands of $1 million or $500,000 missiles at these drones that generally cost about $50,000 each. It's hard to put a firm price on these things. It's always changing, but that would not be sustainable from an industrial-based perspective or a cost perspective. That would be the Russians imposing a huge cost on us. So the challenge is to get the technologies, cheap interceptor drones, get the costs down. Perhaps lasers, we have the technology, we just haven't scaled it up yet. NATO has a number of frameworks in place, in the past couple of years in fact, to ensure that the Allies coordinate defence procurement. So they're giving a signal to the defence sector that we want to buy these capabilities so you can scale up production. So it makes it more efficient for everyone. So I think if we agree in Europe that there's this pressing need, the frameworks are in place within NATO to do that at a in a cost-efficient way.
Vorführungen starten und Sie haben jederzeit die Gelegenheit auch, sich an den Messeständen dann die
You need to build an integrated system, and that means that an aircraft spotting some drones coming in from one direction can quickly communicate with a ground defense system. Let's imagine that those aircraft have run out of missiles, so they can quickly cue that those drones coming in to a ground system that do have ammunition. And actually, increasingly, companies are looking at doing this with AI, working out how to do these engagements very, very rapidly in very complex, fast-moving situations to help commanders make those decisions on the fly. So again, it's early stages, and NATO does have frameworks in place to make sure that this happens, but it really is a moving target. So when we talk about the drone wall, it's not something that we're just going to see next year. It's going to be something that's constantly evolving.
Danke.
So when it comes to understanding where we are with the drone wall, benchmarking the progress, I think the key thing is just to continue working with Ukraine. Ukraine is an environment where you can test GPS jamming, you can test your equipment in a very difficult real-world situation in ways that we just couldn't do in Europe. We couldn't do it safely. You need vast training areas to do that. You can't do a lot of electronic warfare training within Europe because you'll interfere with civilian communication technology. So we've got to work really closely with the Ukrainians, keep on supporting the Ukrainians, and that's how we'll understand how a lot of this new technology works. Because at the end of the day, you don't understand how new technology works really until it's been in a real combat situation.